This is WEBN News. Frostproof Florida with a special report.
Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz has never really given any kind of answer as to why he ousted Kevin McCarthy from his speakership last year. But according to a new report from the Daily Beast, Matt Gaetz has been telling all of his Republican colleagues in the House exactly why he wanted McCarthy gone. And according to those sources who spoke to the Daily Beast, Matt Gaetz told them it's because he was mad about the ethics investigation that the House Ethics Committee had reopened against him last summer. Effectively, Matt Gaetz wanted to either punish McCarthy for allowing that to happen, or he hoped that maybe punishing McCarthy would stop the investigation altogether to prevent damning information from coming out about Matt Gaetz. But here is what the Daily Beast wrote. According to private correspondence reviewed by the Daily Beast, Gaetz indicated to a friend that his effort to undercut, isolate, and ultimately remove McCarthy was indeed payback for the ethics probe. The Daily Beast reviewed these communications but is not allowed to quote from them for fear that Gaetz would be able to identify the recipient. In fact, the source who provided the communications was so nervous about retribution that the Daily Beast isn't allowed to say in what form the correspondence took place. In the communications, Gaetz singled out McCarthy individually for reviving an ethics committee probe against him, and he indicated that his animus towards McCarthy was over that investigation. The beleaguered Florida congressman's anger over the revived probe was so strong that he rode his resentment all the way to a history-making vote to remove McCarthy, steamrolling the majority of his GOP colleagues, concerned that his vanity project would cause serious long-term damage, and he did so with his signature Gaetz grin. Who's laughing now, Matt? Doesn't seem like you are.
We do know that the Ethics Committee has now reached out to additional individuals to come and testify. It's now been revealed that one of the people that the committee has reached out to come testify as a witness is in fact the young woman that Matt Gaetz allegedly engaged in sexual activity with when she was a minor. And he may have done it after crossing state lines, which, thanks to new laws, does constitute trafficking. So Matt Gaetz is being investigated by the House Ethics Committee for possibly misusing campaign funds, possibly funneling campaign funds into his own bank accounts for his personal use, drug use, possibly distributing drugs to these women that he was engaging in activities with, and of course, the sexual activities themselves. So we do know, again, most of this came out after I had done that first segment on it this week, that the House Ethics Committee is in fact zeroing in on the sexual activity part of this now. So Gaetz got what he wanted. He got McCarthy gone. He got his retribution. But guess what, Matt? That didn't stop the investigation. It's still happening. And it's picking up steam. The question is, will it pick up enough steam to have an impact on Matt Gaetz in this year's elections? Now, I'm in Gaetz's district, and every 2 years when we have our primaries, Matt Gaetz always has a handful of primary challengers. So far, he's managed to beat all of them. But if we can get an ethics committee report on Gaetz's behavior before that primary in Florida, so we're under the gun here, but if we can get that, that might be enough to take out Gaetz in the primary, which is something that nobody's been able to do before. If it comes out after that, maybe it hurts him in the general, maybe not. This is a very conservative district that doesn't seem to care about these allegations against Matt Gaetz. If he's the only Republican, they'll still vote for that over a Democrat. But if they can choose somebody else to run in his place, maybe we got a shot at getting rid of Matt. So he may have won that battle against Kevin McCarthy, but in the grand scheme of things, it appears that he's likely to lose that war.